I'm here with the featherweight contender, according to the Instagram bio, the champion. You have a gigantic team, ILIA.
Yeah.
It's a big team.
Yeah, very big team. And I'm really thankful to have all of them here and to be able to share all these moments with them.
You said this isn't, for those people behind the camera, there's about 20 people here. You walked in, the room got dark. You said this isn't even all of them.
No, we have much more, much more. Today, my family will arrive too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's the first time they all will come together and watch my fight. My parents, my sisters, my aunt, their husbands, my wife, my kid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's a family affair.
It's a family, yeah.
Boy, girl, how old?
He's 4 years old, and I have another one coming on his way.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah,
oh, that's amazing. Congratulations. So you're from Alicante, Spain. Yeah. Well, you're not from there, you're from Georgia.
A very beautiful place.
Yeah. What's your opinion on the British? Because the Brits abroad, they have a bad reputation in Spain, right? Because they come over, they get drunk, and they're a pain in the ass. Be honest, it's okay.
No, to be honest, there is a place for everyone. So that kind of people, they go to Benidorm.
Yeah, that's right. They go to Benidorm.
I don't go to that place, so I don't know that kind of people.
There's a TV show called Benidorm. Have you seen that?
Yeah, no, never.
It's all about that. Just the English going over there, and you know.
But that's the place to get crazy, you know. Like the same people who comes to Las Vegas, they come to gamble a little bit. So, you know, everywhere you go, you're going. What kind of people you're gonna find there?
I was in Tenerife last year. And when I was going through the airport, all the staff, they were big UFC fans. They're like, ILIA Topuria, ILIA Topuria. Do you know what I mean? You got a lot of support out there, man.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
So I saw, this is what I wanted to ask you. You drink wine whilst you cut weight.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's my fucking hero. Yeah. Talk to me about, because that seems crazy.
So the thing is that when I drink half liter of wine, and you know that on Thursday it's a very hard night for every fighter because it's a day before the weigh-ins, so it's hard to sleep, it's hard to rest. But I drink half liter of wine.
Half a liter of wine?
Half liter of wine, yeah.
Do you not get buzzed?
I get very buzzed, and I have such a great time with everyone.
I bet you do.
It's like we change the atmosphere, you know. We don't think about the fighting, we just celebrate.
Yeah.
And I go to sleep like a baby. I wake up at the next morning with 2 pounds less because of the dehydration. So everything plays out.
So I've been doing it wrong my whole career because listen, I like a bit of wine. I like a bit of beer.
I invite you to my party on Thursday.
Let's go. I'll be there.
We have some Georgian wine, special wine, so...
Sounds amazing. So basically, normally, as you probably know, when fighters are cutting weight, it's the most miserable time.
Yeah.
Everyone's mad. They're hungry. They're miserable. The fighter's dying.
Yeah.
In your room, it's a fucking party.
Exactly.
Everyone's drunk.
Exactly. Everyone's drunk. Everyone's happy. We have a party. So, yeah, and we are fighting for our dreams.
Yeah.
Our dreams. Sometimes it's even better to be mentally good than physically good, you know?
Yeah. Of course. All right, this weekend it's the return of Alexander the Great Volkanovski taking on the undefeated Spaniard at UFC 298, and I have partnered with DraftKings Sportsbook, and you're going to want to hear about this. They are offering right now, new customers, sign up at DraftKings Sportsbook, use the promo code Bisping, minimum deposit of $5, and you can get a no-sweat bet. Get a bonus bet back up to $1,000 in the amount of your original bet if your bet doesn't hit. That is correct. New customers can get a no-sweat bet of up to $1,000 if your first bet loses. Okay, so all you new customers, give it a go. And DraftKings has got something for the existing customers as well. All customers get SGB insurance every single day. Get a bonus bet back if one leg of your SGP loses. Minimum number of legs required and max bet vary. Okay, and if sports betting is not yet available in your state, then don't worry, you can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy. DraftKings is offering huge contests this weekend with massive cash prizes up for grabs. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers use the promo code Bisping, get a no sweat bet. That is promo code Bisping only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. And all jokes aside, though, does that not affect you? Because if I was to drink half a litre of wine, I'd have a blazing headache. And then throughout the training camp, there's no alcohol, you're following a strict diet. And then on the weight cut, you're drinking wine.
We do it with a purpose, you know. No, I always had a phenomenal fights.
Yeah.
And it didn't affect me, never ever in my life.
See, we're doing it wrong, everybody.
Don't do it without any recommendations. I did it because the first time when I started, my nutritionist, he told me, like, you have to drink half liter of wine because it's gonna help you to dehydrate.
Yeah.
And I was like, you sure? He was, yes, drink it. And he was right. I drink the wine, I wake up at the next morning, and I had 2 pounds less.
Right.
And
wow.
I was like, wow, I had such a great time. I drink wine. The day when you can't have anything, you can't eat, you can't drink, and I sleep like a baby. And I get benefits.
Good for you. Alexander Volkanovski. So you're going to drink the wine, you're going to cut the weight, you're going to step on the scale 145 pounds like a champion. Talk to me about this fight. You're very confident. You feel like you can finish this man in the first round.
Yeah, I will finish him.
I'm a big fan of you. I love watching you fight. I think you've got some of the best boxing that we've ever seen in the UFC, and I truly mean that. And I've said that a lot.
Appreciate it, man.
But he's a very good fighter as well.
Very good. He was one of the greatest featherweight champions of all time. He was a pound for pound #1. How can I say that he was not a great champion?
Yeah.
Or a great champion? He gonna stay in the featherweight book for the entire life. They always gonna remember him as a great champion. And I love the fact that I have the chance to beat someone like him.
Yep.
But I didn't prepare myself for him just in this training camp. I was watching him since I started almost in the sport, because he was a world champion since a long time.
Yeah.
So I know him better than any fighters in the UFC featherweight roster.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, as you were talking there, I was thinking, like, when I was going to fight Anderson Silva, because it was the same thing for me. I always thought I could beat him, and I watched him so much because that's the guy I wanted to fight. So you studied this guy for a long time. Obviously, his last fight was Islam Makhachev.
Yeah.
He took it on short notice.
Yeah.
You know, and he rolled the dice. Yeah. It didn't work out.
You can analyze anything about that fight because he took that fight without any training camp. Yeah. He jumped in from his couch. So
yeah, of course. So
you can have many references about that.
No criticism towards that, because you're absolutely right. Because when he had a full camp, it was a very competitive fight.
Exactly.
That said, though, do you think you're getting him at a good time?
I'm getting him in the right time, in the best time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as fighters, we need confidence. Yeah. You're undefeated. I know you were just talking to Daniel.
I'm talking about from my perspective.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting him from in the best time, in the right time. Because even if he comes at his prime on February 17, the result going to be the same. Because trust me, I worked so hard for this one. I put my soul in this training camp. I worked and I don't plan to give an inch in that fight. I'm coming all in.
But anytime you get kind of finished like that, as fighters, like for example, UFC 100, I got knocked out against Dan Henderson. Yeah. Very bad knockout and very famous, and people still send me the memes every goddamn day. We rematched 7 years later, and I thought, there's no problem here. But when I was laid in bed by myself, before I walked out, I was still kind of nervous because this guy knocked me out. In his very last fight, he got finished. Do you think that's going to affect him on the night, and that's maybe something he himself hasn't even realized yet?
To be honest, that's something I never felt in my life. In my professional career, I never lost, so I don't know what he's feeling right now, what he's gonna feel in the backstage, and I hope I'm never gonna have that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you met Alex yet?
To him? Yeah.
You guys run into each other?
Yeah.
All good?
All good.
Yeah.
All good.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's fighting for his family to give them a good life. I respect him as a person, as a professional. He deserves his spot and his place. And like I told you, he's gonna stay in the featherweight book for entire life.
No, without question. So what's the prediction? You still feel you can finish this guy in the first round?
Yeah, that's something I know that it's gonna happen. But if the finish doesn't come, I'm not pressuring myself. You know, that's something that I visualize, And I think that it's going to happen. But if not, I will be there for 5 rounds, prepared to kill, because I'm not prepared to die.
You had an amazing performance against Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, look at this guy's wrestling. And then against Josh Emmett, your boxing, as I said, was just phenomenal. The way you roll with the punches and your angles and your shot selection, everything. What do you think your biggest strength is? Going up against Alex, what do you think the main weapon for you is going to be?
My main weapon?
Like your biggest strength?
Yeah, my biggest strength, like, to be honest, I feel like I'm better than him everywhere, you know. I feel like my striking is on point, my wrestling is on point, my ground game is on point. And there is such a important detail, which is he's not a powerful guy, and I mean that he didn't knock out his opponents, you know. He has a lot of volume. He didn't have like submissions in the ground, so it's easier to face and fight someone like him, because you go out there and you know that he has a great cardio, but you can make more mistakes, you know. It's not like the same thing with Josh Emmett, you know, that if the guy connects you with the right hand, he can put you to sleep. And with Alex, it's a little bit different, you know. That's why I think that it's going to be a different
And this
one.
will be Spain's first ever, well, Spain and Georgia.
Yeah.
The first ever champion.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. How proud is that going to make you feel?
Very proud. To be honest, I never planned that to be like the first one, and I never had that in my head. But the fact that it's happening and the God is giving me that opportunity, it makes me feel very happy and very proud, and I can't wait. I can't wait to live my dreams with open eyes.
No, it's nice, man. I mean, listen, I respect everything you're saying, because you're not saying it from an arrogant, cocky perspective. You're really not. I think that's been kind of like the media's kind of changed.
Yeah,
that.
The media always changes everything. The people always they talk so many bullshits, you know.
Yeah.
But they can call it arrogance. I call it faith. I have trust in myself, and if I have 2 thoughts, like I said before, one is positive, one is negative, I'm always gonna say with the positive one, you know, because I'm a positive person, and that's all. I trust God, and anything can happen to me. I'm always gonna know who I am when I'm gonna look myself in the mirror.
So UFC Alicante. This time next year, we're all in Spain.
Alicante will be really hard, but Madrid. Yeah.
Okay.
Madrid.
What are we all doing in Madrid? Where should we go?
Wow, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Trust me.
What's the best Spanish food I should eat?
So the
paella?
Traditional food is paella, but we have so much more. So you don't worry about that, because I'm gonna take care about you.
I'm gonna make sure I'm
gonna take personally care about you. Don't worry.
That's a guarantee from ILIA Topuria right there. Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
He says that he's gonna beat Chito Vera.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna step up to 145 and fight you.
Yeah. So okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna beat a guy who beat everyone in my division. So I don't gonna have to prove much more in my division, because I'm gonna beat such a great champion who dominate the whole division. But he has to prove a little bit more in his division. He got Chito, he got Merab. If he gets both of them done, then we can do it.
Okay.
But he has a little bit more to prove. If he does it, I'm gonna give him the chance to move up in the featherweight division, and why not? We can fight.
You famously said recently, Ortega, Yair Rodriguez, none of those guys are getting a shot.
No.
If you beat Volk, if they don't do an immediate rematch, let's just assume that doesn't happen.
The way I'm gonna beat him, they don't even gonna ask me.
Not even gonna think about it. Who would be next?
I don't know. We're gonna have to need a little bit of time to see who is going to be the clear new challenger. But for sure, we're gonna have someone really soon, really soon.
When did you start training, like martial arts? I know you started with Greco-Roman wrestling.
Yeah, I started with Greco-Roman, but with the mixed martial arts, I start with 15 years old.
15 years old. And what are you now? 29?
27.
27.
Yeah.
12 years later, you're here fighting for the belt.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Good luck this weekend. Pleasure talking to you.
It's my pleasure.
ILIA Topuria.
Thank you very much.